Warning, it is the opinion of the 4th Street Productions and the Working Perspectives Podcast Weekend Pop-In that we should inform you that some of the language used in this recording could possibly be considered offensive. You've been warned, so if you decide to listen, then don't complain like a fucking
I'm not a good batter, and if my mom had come home like an hour later, I would have been
You would
a lot
never
of
embarrass
trouble.
your,
The cream saver was the lifesaver in that one. Shout out. Hi, hello, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to talk to some real people about some real things, living real lives, doing real stuff. This is the Working Perspectives Podcast. I'm Matt Lavelle, accompanied today by Lyn Dub, Justin Richardson, Schwap Game Steve Cabot, Lasmeeshma, Reese, and the madman Sean Day. You can find all our stuff and all our content and all podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. You can also on Instagram at Working Perspectives Podcast, and you can join us on the Twitter and the TikTok at Working P Pod. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email us at workingperspectives@gmail.com, and please like and subscribe so we can keep this party going. Lyn Dub, how we doing, baby?
I am ready.
Ready, willing, and able. Love it. Lasmeeshma, how we living, my man?
I'm fucking living large, man. I haven't been at work since Friday.
Nice. Mansions and Benzes. Sean Day, sir. How are you, sir?
Feeling good, feeling loose, like J-Dub's mom.
Nice.
The cream saver. Very nice. Strong
I don't know,
stem.
I'm sorry, I love your mom. I never met her before.
Yep.
That's fair. It's the only person I have. Just go. Okay, that's
Yep.
fair.
Strong stem. What's life like, my man?
The more I see these crypto nerds go downhill, it's fucking good,
Yeah.
pussy. It's fucking good. I told you, fucking Spence, that shit wasn't real.
Yeah.
Dumbasses.
Wait.
We out here.
Yeah,
Gavin, you were right though. When you started seeing that shit like 7-Eleven and
I
gas
texted the group
stations and
today.
shit, yeah.
I texted the group. I was like, when I saw the Bitcoin machine in 7-Eleven and
Dude,
fucking and Apu was like, my friend, do you know about it? I was like, whoa. This shit got fucked up. I was like, nope,
Yeah.
I'm out.
Truer words
Yeah.
have never been spoken. Dude.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Bitcoin nerds, this is the Working Perspectives Podcast. Let's get this thing started. Let's go.
It's our objective to be effective by voicing societies. Working perspective, exploring your day and how you get paid. Launching a new episode every Tuesday. Your day can transform while we inform with new episodes available on every platform. So check out our vibe and how we get live. Then do us a solid. Share and subscribe. Would you share it? Would you share it? Would you share it? Working Perspectives.
All right, let's talk about it. Let's do it. So, on the show this week, we aired the Tom Lavelle Part 1 episode. It's a two-parter. It was a good one. We finally got him on the show. We know there's a lot of history with Captain Jerkbeard. Some of it good, some of it bad, some of it whatever. But either way, we were able to get him on the show. Thought it was a really good one. Super excited to continue it next week. But Lyn Dub, what'd you think about the Tom Lavelle episode?
It was good. We had a good old time with it. I liked how we talked about how kids were just allowed to do whatever they wanted in 1994.
Yep.
They just let us free.
Dude, they gave us a key to the house and was like, yep, just don't die and we'll see you later.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll be home at 6. Don't be dead.
That was basically it. Kind of miss those days, you know? But what are you going to do? Nice.
And
Very-
then his acid cleaned the whole house story was fantastic.
oh my God, bro. That was.
If you're going to take
nuts.
hard drugs, be productive and take hard drugs.
Yeah. He went nuts on that. Going to church and shit too. And then going to Vermont. Yeah. I mean, you know, and to say he hasn't been a burden to my mom. I mean, come on. Let's be honest, you know. But very nice. Cool. Lasmeeshma.
I'm sorry. Are you insinuating that you also were not a burden? Is
No.
this what is
I'm
that
saying-
the type of attitude I'm getting here?
No. He said he never wanted to be a burden to my mom again. Right. And that's when he was like 20 years old. Still a lot of burden left. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Yeah.
Just to make sure, because it came off condescending to my friend that you said that you were not a burden. I'm just making sure. All right.
Not saying I wasn't a burden, just saying he definitely was.
Yes, I agree. Yes.
So nice, very good. Lasmeeshma, what did you think about this week's episode?
I'm piggybacking on what Justin said. There was like a lot of latchkey kid talk and everything, and I think like a lot of us grew up that way, and like, you know, like you got home from school like third grade, you're like 8, 9 years old, right? And we were just like home until the fucking got like left to our own devices. And I guess one of the stories was like the dog got into something and the neighbors were mad, so he's like, talk to my parents when he got home. Dude, do you know how many times, because back then there was no cell phones or anything, so like you would get in trouble and they would like call your house and you would be like, yeah, my mom's not here and I don't have a dad. Jokes on you.
Yeah, you better bring over your own belt, because that's the only way this is happening.
That literally just reminded me, like I'd be 11, they'd be like, I want to speak to the man in the house, and I'm like, you are speaking to the man in the house.
You're looking at him.
How can I help you? Do you pay the Pico bill? I'd be like, nah, dog.
Explains so much, dude.
Dude, I'll tell you, that dog we had, her name was Lizzie. She was a Rottweiler. She was there. So the story you're talking about, what had happened was we had gone to Thanksgiving, like I said, and we had left her, like she had like a dog house, and she had gotten out, right? And
watch your fucking mouth with Rottweilers, all right?
Dude,
it's my dog. So calm down. This is what I was born with. You better
a jogger.
Watch your fucking mouth.
A jogger is jogging by, right? She starts to lose her mind. Jumps out, breaks the chain. Yeah, jumps out, breaks the chain, goes through the fence, right? Chases the jogger, and the jogger runs across the street and jumps on top of a car, right? And is like screaming for help. And then the neighbors called 911. They came over and took 4 tranquilizers to put the dog down. That dog was a beast.
For the record, I mean, what did that guy deserve it? Because like dogs are a good judge of character, yo. For all we know, that kid had like 8. That guy had like 8 bodies in his basement.
Right. Or he could have, like, he says he was jogging. I never saw what he looked like. He could be, trying to rob a house.
And I had the same thought. I was going to say, or the dog is stupid and it thinks that person's like a fucking
sheep
Sean. Or a rabbit.
I agree.
Like, I mean, the person could be a pedophile, or the dog's dumb and thinks it's
so. Remember,
Rottweilers
were dual animals. They were protectors at night of the cattle and the Roman army, and also during the day they herd it because back then you couldn't bring food with you to the battlefield, so you had to walk the fucking cattle with you and slaughter them wherever the fuck you were, and that's how you ate, right? So they were herding animals that herded the animals. That's why they have the black dots above their eyes. So when they sleep, it looks like their eyes are still open. So cattle and things like that still thought that they were watching them, right?
Damn.
And this is my dog, cuz this is my light. All we've ever had is Rots and dogs. So Rottweilers are a very unique dog. So when it sees something run, my dog will chase you also. But he's a giant pussy. But the only reason he's chasing you is because he feels like he needs to corner you into some shit. It's just like his natural instinct.
Yeah. It's like, look, stay with the herd, buddy. Come
on. Ho!
And for the record, I'd be more worried about J-Dub's gay German Shepherd.
Yeah.
Steve, do you remember Shaz's Rottweiler?
Thor.
Yeah, fucking
the biggest one I've ever seen.
We can cut this, but I remember we all knew when Shaz's sister had her period because the dog was not fixed, and he decided to like maul her one day.
Yes,
and like grip her up
to the ground,
and we had to like wrestle the dog off. It was like a big deal, and it was like an ongoing thing through the years. And they like refused to fix the dog. The dog was just not fixed, and when any woman had a period, you knew it because the dog was like, I'm going after her. He's like, I'm gonna make some human dog babies, and it's gonna happen.
And he was 168 pounds.
Dude, massive. Like,
dude,
massive.
Gunner used to just pump like the air.
Anything,
Like,
anything.
That dog would just, if it smelled like your shampoo or cologne or something, it was like Gunner would just start pumping the ground the second he smelled like any aroma.
Wait, he had the horniest dogs, the Zigglers. Literally, this thing's a golden or not a golden, it's a Labrador, right? A Gunner was a brown or a chocolate lab. He's a chocolate lab. If he caught a whiff of nice perfume or like cologne, he would just start fucking the air immediately.
Yep.
Then we fast forward. Hold on, here comes the good story. He fucking loses his mind one time and runs to because Gunner just ran all over the place, right? Like we said, we'd be driving around North Wales at 3 a.m. You'd see this fucking chocolate lab run across the road. You're like, why is Gunner out in the middle of the fucking road at 3 a.m., right? So he jumped the fence, got out of their yard, ran up to a person's yard that has they're called Salukis or some shit.
Yeah,
it's like a greyhound
dog.
This thing was worth like 10 grand, Matt. Like this thing went to shows and had all these awards, and it jumped the fence, gutted this thing like a savage, and then bounced. They had ready. Hold on, I'm not even lying. This isn't even a lie. They had to have an abortion, and fucking like Chaz's parents had to pay. It was a fucking nightmare because of this.
What?
R.I.P. Gumbo. He was the bull, yo. That was the coolest dog ever. And he was a chocolate lab.
I love that he just wanted like
was like a chocolate lab.
He was no the Rottweiler Thor, but Gumbo. Gunner was a chocolate lab.
Dude,
this thing fucked everything that walked.
I love that he's like, I'm not settling for this low class trash North Wales bitches. Like I'm going for the high class lower Gwynedd bitches. All right.
Hell yeah.
And Gunner could like clear fences and shit. That dog was like mad athletic.
Stupid athletic.
Yeah.
And for some reason they always had, because I guess it was with the Rottweilers, they always had the labs with the giant heads. Like when you saw it, you were like, it's got to be mixed with something. You're like, nah, it's just the lab. You're like, how the fuck is this head that big? I don't even fucking get it.
My God, that's crazy.
Sorry, Crystal. We told your story. We can cut Crystal.
I mean, she was actually booked to be on the show and canceled last minute. Just like her brother. Did her brother.
Yeah, that whole family doesn't give a shit. She's a nurse too. She probably has a sick sense of humor, so she probably laughs.
Yeah, she does.
If it's true, it's true. What are you gonna
do? They had the horniest dogs and the horniest sons ever.
Dude, no shit. Dude, no shit. Chaz got in trouble like in first grade for like showing his dick to little girls.
Hell yeah. Well, they weren't little girls. They're the same age, but I hear you.
Right.
Yeah. But he was a senior. And
he was a little boy.
He was he was first grade.
It's so funny.
Yeah. Good clarification.
Dude, didn't you say a story about the if I'm saying
John with the John on her John?
Exactly, the John with the John on her John. Yeah. What?
So the John with the John on her John was the most wounded animal I've ever seen, and he just swooped her up and fixed her wings. So immediately she was like, "I'll buy you anything." So he was like, "All right, well, what about buying my friend shit?" I always felt terrible, right? I'm not gonna lie, I always felt terrible. Well, I would go out and we would see John with the John on her John. She lived in Montgomeryville, had this huge ass house. So when Chaz would go there to like bang her, I would just dip through the fridge, maybe the DVD collection. I don't know. We're going to figure it out later. But I had a school bag and never mind. We're not going to go there. Let's keep going.
Shout out, fan of the show.
Steve, it's been 7 years.
Yeah.
7.
I would see Chuck fucking
20 years.
As long as you didn't murder anyone, you can basically tell any story you want, right?
Justin, wait, what did you say? Oh yeah, statute of limitations is way past Steve. So
except for murder. So Steve, just
it's not about the statute of limitations. It's more about the character. I'm not proud of the human I was as a 15-year-old male, all right?
I don't think any of us are proud.
You're not from North Wales if you didn't steal.
You're not
DVDs.
Yeah.
Like you didn't grow up here if you didn't steal DVDs out of someone's house just because it was nicer than you.
It's funny
you didn't even like the movie. You're like, I'm taking this because your house is nicer than mine.
I've walked out of houses with the America Online 500 hours free in my pocket before.
That's a lot of hours, bro.
Hell yeah. Respect, Liam.
Bro, I think I know that you guys did love to steal DVDs because I remember we had a party at our house.
I have no idea why.
And I think that, and I don't know who did it, right? I do think it was one of you fuckers, though, because we had a party, right? And like I remember it was the Dodgeball. Remember the movie Dodgeball? The Dodgeball DVD. The case was there, but the DVD was taken. And I don't think they watched it. I just think they used it for blow. Whoever took it.
Or to like throw at a moving car. That would if I wasn't at that party, but if I was, I probably would have stole it to sling it at one of my brothers in the back of the neck.
That was the same night.
And Matt,
crystal meth.
For the record, you said, I always thought it was one of you guys. We used to get that a lot. We'd be like, fuck you for thinking that. We stole it, but fuck you for thinking that.
Dude, I pull up to a party one time and a few of our friends hop in the back of my car and they have a DVD player, a bunch of DVDs wrapped in a pair of sweatpants. Now, this is 2003. They're a nice pair of Nike Yukon sweatpants. And I'm like, let me get the sweatpants.
Keep the DVDs. Let me get the sweatpants for gas.
Yeah, those are good sweatpants. Let me get them sweatpants. They were long as shit.
Dude, those are wearing out sweatpants. Those are nighttime sweatpants. Yeah. Nice.
Not just DVDs, a whole DVD, waddling with it, laughing. Like, I got the DVD.
Yeah.
So I might play Blu-ray.
You're like, what movies? They're like, I don't fucking know. They probably suck, but I got them, yo.
Yeah.
Back then, just for clarification, allegedly, pawn shops and DVD shops would buy them for like $2 a piece. So you could make money off stolen shitty DVDs that you would never watch. Allegedly. I wouldn't know personally, but I've heard from a friend or two that's how it works.
I always wondered, is there a pawn shop like around Glansdale? Like,
the one Ian explained. It's still there.
Oh, fuck.
How dare you asshole.
Wait, is that on Main Street?
Yeah, it says like we buy gold.
No. It's on Broad Street, not Main.
Right
next to across the street from Rita's Water Ice.
Yep.
Oh, fuck, that place?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, and that I don't know if it's there anymore. That dude down across from the train station on Main, he used to take gift cards and shit.
Yeah, he did. He did.
And if you brought him like movies, he would take anything. So
or
I think
Newports, whatever.
Yeah, he had like a fence for something because you could bring him shit and he'd be like, I'll give you $5. He would take whatever you had, dude.
Damn.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Dude, that reminds me of like Iraq and Afghanistan. Like they didn't even give a shit. Like you'd go to these things like called bazaars, which is basically just a farmer's market.
Yeah.
And like, dude, like they don't give a shit. Like you just go to the store like on base and just get any movie you wanted that was out at any given time. And there was like a crapshoot because like sometimes, they were like $1 or $2. But it was a crapshoot, but sometimes it was like literally like some dude just filming it like inside a theater, which was like kind of nice. Which was kind of nice because like you're overseas, so you just get popcorn, like you feel like you're in a theater.
It's like a slice of home. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I never thought of it.
So I was about to say, Liam, you just nailed it. I was about to go, wait a minute. I always thought they were the most shitty productive films ever, and it would annoy me. But in that circumstance, you're like, holy shit, this feels like America. Like, I want to watch this. Yeah,
you're like mad at the bull talking again. You're like, shut the fuck up. Get the fuck down.
Down in front, asshole.
Literally. It's like people like getting up, walking by, and like the whole shebang, you know?
Damn. Dude, I remember the first bootleg I ever got. My cousins from Kensington got us the Home Alone 2 Lost in New York. No, Home Alone 2 Lost in New York on VHS. That means the motherfuckers, dude, this was like 93. Right, so that means the motherfuckers had the big camcorder fucking gimmick in the theater like this. Right?
Fantastic!
That's actually impressive when you think about it.
Yeah,
it is.
Like one, they had to get it in there, and then two, they just sat there the whole time, just like that. Yeah, it was like
unbelievable.
Yep. So there you go. That's how it works. Nice. All right. Well, cool. Well, let's keep it moving. Fucking dogs are nuts. Strong Stem, I'm gonna go to you. What'd you think of Tom Lavelle Part 1?
Now, for me, I noticed right off the bat that J-Dub's terrible and he sucks, and I don't like him.
Right. Really can't wait to class up the handsome next week.
Right. Yeah, I can't wait to get the ugliness off and bring some flavor to the fucking podcast. Again, fucking around.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was good. It was good because again, like me and Tom were close. We didn't meet till later in life. What I say later in life, I don't know. What were we, fucking 15? But whatever. Yeah. Right. For me, but me and Tom clicked right away. Tom's the same type of guy I was. I loved your father, the way he raised you guys. Just for whatever it was worth. You know, I liked you guys.
You guys didn't.
So when I hear, and no, I should preface it with this. That doesn't mean they're going to like me, but both you assholes were like, nah, we fucking Cabot. So that was
He was
rare.
saying
Usually
we
people
didn't
were
like the way our dad raised us. That's what he's saying.
He's like, I like the way your dad raised you. They're like, we didn't. They're like, but I did.
I was fine with
love
it. It was all right.
I'm kidding.
Look how
Yeah,
you two dickheads turned out. That guy's he's a legend.
Yeah.
But like and you guys obviously clicked with me right away. So like obviously we were all good. So like to hear like some of the stories, it's always funny because Tom has this, when you talk to him and you see him, if you don't know Tom, you think he's like really calm and like when he pulls this off. But the Tom I know is a fucking nut. So like to hear the stories, I'm like, that's the Tom I know.
Yeah. When my wife has said, I remember one time, like my wife's like, I got angry and she's like, Tom never gets angry. And he's like, Nicole's so lucky. I was like, do you know who you're fucking talking about?
Are you kidding
I was like,
me?
he might be the angriest motherfucker that's ever lived.
Yeah,
Dude.
see, and very competitive. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah. So it was cool to hear like the beginning. Obviously, I jumped on the second, blah blah blah, which is always fun. But like to hear the first, obviously, again, going through some of the stuff and like hearing the story, it's fun to hear that type of stuff. Brings me back like memories and shit. So it was cool.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Now, do I low-key wish he was the boss? But I didn't vote that way, Matt. I was voting for you.
You were Team Tom. It's recorded. Check out the Road to Rainbow Road.
I feel like I was portrayed. It's like one of them things where you like cut and snipped and kind of like made your whole thing about it.
Yeah.
That's not the way I was.
I edited it. Yeah, I edited it.
Taken out of context.
Yeah.
Yes, completely out of context.
Yeah, man. That fucking home run derby.
Nothing beats Pete pitching, but I hear you.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The one we
preface it with he's a Division I athlete, and then he does one of these numbers, and they were like, he's a what? He's a what?
The thing is that we were like, dude, like just throw it normal. We'll get like some gimmick ones after. And he was throwing it normal and threw one just like directly into the ground. And I was like, oh fuck me.
And he did the famous girl thing where they never like cock back, right?
Yeah. He did
unless your Bill's got balls. They don't have a cock, so they don't know how to cock back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they give it the shot put, Jimmy, where they start from their shoulder and just push that shit forward. And that's always it's an aggressive move.
Yeah.
Dude, for some reason, like my reels on Facebook keep sending me like all of these like wiffle ball pitching, and it's like a professional wiffle ball.
Yeah,
the way they move shit. Oh my god!
They go against professional baseball players and they can't even hit it because, like, dude, the ball is like making like 5 feet of movement in I don't know 60 feet, and it's like these crazy fucking corkscrews.
Yeah,
dude, people go insane with professional wiffle ball.
Oh, have you seen the league? Go ahead, Liam.
Dude, it's insane.
I am like far from like an athlete, but I remember we would play in Philly. We would play wiffle ball like every year. And then we went down. They were saying like this guy was good. He was in like a wiffle ball league and everything. He was like a pro. And I'm like, a pro at wiffle ball? What the fuck? Then he started pitching, and I was like, oh Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like so they can like pitch. They put like movement. It's insane, dude.
They have their own little stadium too, right? Like, have you seen the one? Like, they have a stadium with a backstop with like announcers and everything. And like, dude, because they have the umpires that like that square gimmick, right?
Yep.
And dude, what you guys are saying, where they'll throw a pitch, it goes out and then boop, hits like a corner, and they're like, "Oh, what the fuck,
dude? I didn't even know you could throw a wiffle ball that way."
Same.
You know what I mean?
Now, before we get too aggressive with it, they call themselves pros, but they don't make a fucking dollar. So shut the fuck up. You're not a pro. You're
I wonder if they're monetized. I wonder if they're monetized.
Dude, I don't know.
Okay, so
I think they're making money from like booze. I honestly do. I think it's like they're getting sponsored by like fucking like Bud Light and shit. I think they may be making money. And then on YouTube, they're for sure making money because if you
getting monetized.
Because you get like a certain,
I agree.
Yeah, but that's what they're doing. They're making these reels and Facebook, and Facebook. I don't know,
Dude,
like
they do live. They do live games.
But like, if you have a certain amount of views on Facebook, TikTok, whatever it may be,
I agree.
They'll give you money. So I mean, they're making probably making some sort of money.
So
Sean,
Sean,
caps.
What pitching bottle caps?
Remember, you ever see him pitch bottle caps? Does the same thing as a wiffle ball.
Just to be completely transparent, Matt will know this. There's levels to these monetizing things, right?
Yeah.
And the numbers you have to hit to really make some actual money, I'm not even saying life changing, just money that's you can like sustain life off of. They have to be pretty high. So there's maybe 4 or 5 clips that actually make it to that level. The rest of the shit and the rest of the dipshits on these fucking team that claim they're a pro, you're not a fucking pro, dipshit. The one guy who's the pitcher on, he's one guy in the entire league of 16 teams that throws these crazy. That's the guy who might, from his clips, make some money. And he's probably not even making it. It's probably the guy who did the production. Like we do the flag football with Kevin, the Shook Films guy. Shout out Shook Films. Check it out on Instagram. I don't know what his Instagram handle is. I think
it is pretty cool.
He's the man. Like he puts music to it, like zooms it. No, that guy's the guy who's monetizing it, not like everybody doing it. So no, there is probably a couple guys that make a little bit of bread off that thing. The rest of those dipshits probably go to the bar and they're like, "Hey, babe, you know I'm a professional wiffle ball player." She's like, "What the fuck is that?"
I bet they even probably
I've never
have
heard
to
that.
pay to play there. They probably have to pay to get into that league.
Yeah, 100%.
And then they probably get them with like a waiver or an NIL deal or something like that, where they can use their name, image, and likeness for a certain monetized fee, a percentage, like a 0.5%. But the real money is from subscribers, and they do well. Like you get monetized continuously if you're over 100,000 subscribers.
Well, also doing if you get like Patreon too, like that's a whole different thing.
Yes,
like, Patreon,
it's a paywall though.
Yep.
It's like people like OnlyFans is typically for porn, but other people use it for other things.
Sure,
dude. OnlyFans. I mean, eventually.
Now hold on.
People use
Hold on,
for,
Matt. I have to jump in on this because I will never feel so strongly about something. If you're paying a paywall to watch wiffle ball players, I hope you die tomorrow immediately. If you're paying to watch wiffle ball players,
but dude,
I'm pretty sure you've never seen pussy in your life because I'm confused by the whole thing.
Dude, people pay for like to watch Zelda or like Mario Kart.
Yeah,
or
Switch.
Like,
True.
Yeah.
Those people have never discovered pussy either, apparently.
True.
Unless you're masturbating to the wiffle ball game.
Then
it's cool.
Then it's acceptable. I agree, Jay. Then it's
That's
acceptable.
just shit. Like,
If that's how you get off, I mean, respect, bro. Respect.
Yeah, that yellow bat does make me like a little horny.
I thought you liked the black bats, Justin.
Here goes the Glizzy Grotto again. He out here.
Dude, the Glizzy Grotto, I'd put one in my fucking kitchen.
Water ball with hot dogs hitting you in the head after they boil
Dude,
over.
I saw that, and the first thing I thought.
So,
was
act
Jay
like
Dub
if you
saying-
didn't have a roller in your kitchen, you walk downstairs at midnight, you'd be like, little Glizzy on a roll. You'd be hype. You had him rolling all night.
No, I would not be hyped. God damn it.
I use the frozen ones to catch sunnies, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's all I use.
Respect.
All right. So, okay, nice. And Sean, what do you think of the Tom Lavelle Part 1 episode?
Yeah, Sean, you got to wrestle with Tom. You knew Tom.
You know what the thing is? I can't even recall ever actually wrestling him. Because
Yeah.
like
Too big.
We wrestled at Panthers together, but you would have been different weight classes.
The most different.
Yeah.
Sean was a grown man as a child.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like as far as like wrestling, my only memory is actually him coming in the wrestling room when I was a senior, and he couldn't wrestle because he got in trouble or something.
No, because he was super senior.
So
He was a
what
super
did-
senior, so he's
what-
older. He was older than us.
Yeah, he was a year older. So what had happened was this, right?
He ran his eligibility out.
He failed his first senior year, right? So he had
What do you
had
mean
it-
first senior year? You making that polite for your brother? What do you mean? No one has a
We-
first senior year. You mean he
Well,
failed his
had-
senior year?
He had
Yeah.
2 senior years. So he failed the first one and had to do a second one, right? So what had happened was his junior year, he couldn't wrestle at all because he was academically ineligible. But then he was academically eligible for 1 match that year, right? So if you're academically ineligible, like for an entire year, if you took an entire year off, and you fail a grade, they give you that year.
But there has to be a hardship. My man just failed because he didn't go to class.
Right.
They're not going to give you an extra.
Usually
year
it's
for
like death in
eligibility
the
'cause you were
family
being a
or
dipshit.
moving. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, he's
Right.
not a dumb kid. I mean, he's not
No.
dumb. He just wasn't trying.
Just didn't give a fuck. Right.
Yeah.
No, but my other thing is like basically what like J-Deb and Liam said is like the latchkey thing. Because like that reminded me too is like he brought up a great point. Like if if I didn't show up to school, my parents would have no idea, because it's not like they have no idea where I was at, because it's not like the school is like saying like, hey, your son didn't come to school.
Yeah.
It'd be like, I left for school, and like a lot of times, like I would leave for school, my parents weren't even up yet, so they had no idea if I even left.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially too, because my sister left, and I lived in the attic, and my parents weren't gonna walk all the way up to the attic to see if I left for school. They just assumed I left for school, so I could be dead for fucking 8 hours. But like, but we talked about it one time. It was like me and Steve, like you know, on my podcast we talked about it. But I broke my fucking collarbone like completely in half, and I didn't know it. And I was basically like bleeding out inside my body, because your bones do bleed. And I was in shock. I was sitting on my couch in shock because I left for school and then went to school, played football, and then came home with a broken collarbone and was just sitting there like completely blue in shock. My mom was like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, I don't know. I just feel really cold and my shoulder hurts and I don't feel like moving. I can't get up. And I was in shock. And so luckily my mom comes home and like takes me to the ER, and I had a complete fracture. Like, and the bone was like almost sticking out of the skin. It was like starting to break the bone. So like, it brought up that story. Like, I mean, imagine that was something more serious. I mean, I could have been completely dead. And like, I can't imagine not checking in with my kids, like, at all for that long amount of time. There's no way. Like, dude, like for my kids, I'm getting them like the fucking Apple Watch. I'm putting GPS. Like, me and my cell phone. Like me and my wife were like legit talking about like putting a temporary like GPS tracker, like a dog in them in case we can find them or something. Like, because it's so small nowadays. It's like that big. It's like just put it in their
chip them. Put
in their forearm, and they can take it out whenever they want.
Straight Bill Gates.
Bill
Gates is a genius. Apparently, I mean,
they do make like your kid can. It's like a little key fob they can carry around, or like you know what I mean? Like they make. It's not a cell phone, like you said. It's like a smartwatch, and like you can only call that number or whatever. You know what I mean? Like they got the Apple things with family.
Yeah, Apple Tag.
Yeah, the Apple Tag, right?
Oh yeah, an Apple Tag. Yeah, that would work.
Yeah, same Apple Tag in a backpack or something.
That's my biggest. I mean, I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah, let's not go there. It's gonna get dark quick.
Yeah, here's another funny story about not watching your kids. I'm at 8th grade batting practice, and my fucking stomach starts to hurt.
Hold on, J-Dub.
Yeah, this is why I'm not a good batter, yo. I'm gonna tell you why I'm not a good batter, yo.
Please keep going.
I'm at 8th grade batting tryouts, and my tummy hurts, yo. And so I go to the nurse.
Too many glizzies.
And she's like, I don't know, yo. So I had go back to Bauer, and I'm like, yo, my tummy hurts. I'm going home. He's like, you're a bitch. I'm like, okay. Marty. I walk home from Pembroke, lay in my bed, and cry. Fast forward to like 2 hours later, my mom comes home. And my brother's like, I don't see this kid cry very often. Do you want to like go check on him? I have full-blown appendicitis to the point where my scar is like way up higher on my stomach than most people's, because they literally like, we took your appendix out and it exploded in my hand. I was like, oh, cool. I wake up at 2:00 in the morning alone because my mother has children other than me. So I'm alone in North Bend, Lansdale Hospital, did a good surgery, got a cool scar. And
good surgeon. They took that shit out like it was a third world country, but keep going.
I have no idea. I was fucking
Sean could have done better. My man's a medic.
And I watched Dorf Lundgren's The Punisher alone. And then my mom showed up in the morning.
Another thing you say incorrect.
I was like, who's that bull? What?
Popeyes Library Utz.
Oh, this is the correct German pronunciation.
Utz.
Utz.
And it's Dolph Lundgren, not Dorf Lundgren. All right.
Okay, who's a dwarf? I was confused by who he was talking about. I thought it was like a porn star. I was confused.
I mean, that's a great name for a porn star.
Right? I thought you was ripping it to a hot bit. I was about to start Googling it right now.
Yeah. The point of that story is that's why I'm not a good batter. And if my mom had come home like an hour later, I would have been
you would never
in trouble.
The cream saver was the lifesaver in that one. Shout out.
Because J-Dub later in life showed me his batting skills, and they were the stance, The way he held the bat.
No shame.
The
in
way it was the most disrespectful thing that's ever
this. It
happened.
was
in
the
front of
most
me.
hungover I think I had been in 9 years. It was
Dog, I
after the
stepped
North
into
Wales.
85. I was all right.
It was after the North Wales reunion.
Yeah, I'd been asleep for 4 hours.
Tough.
Sounds like excuses.
Who was pitching?
But I hear
No
you.
excuse. A batting machine.
Oh,
Dude,
And
we-
I'm
J-Dub
not a
went-
good batter.
J-Dub went in a 12-year-old 0 mile an hour and couldn't hit a fucking thing.
yeah.
Dude, we got a place here. It's called, in Tucson. It's called Home Base, and it's a legit bar and restaurant. And they have batting cages in there, so you can get
That
hammered.
is awesome.
And they have like a 50 mile per hour one and 110. Dude, it's
Oh,
insane.
you
I wonder
they
how
must
many-
make you sign so many waivers. Sorry, Liam. Go ahead.
Yo, oddly enough, no, I don't know.
I was gonna say, I wonder how many people have like been hammered and
Yeah.
then think that it's done, the machine's done thrown, and then they walk across home plate and get
Yeah.
whacked.
Or
Lit up.
or they hit one and they're celebrating and take one right to the nuts.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
after I heard about J-Dub's story down in the Carolinas, they have you can drink and go whitewater rafting, so you can drown while drunk. The batting cage
Ooh.
sounds very simple, and I'm not confused that there's not because you didn't sign any waivers, right, J-Dub?
For the water rafting?
Yeah.
Oh, you had to sign a bunch of waivers. And so we're all filling them out. All four of us. And I reach over everybody's, and there was male, female, and choose not to say.
Yes!
And I lean over everybody's and check off choose not to say.
Yeah. You fucking
wait,
Democrat
Steve.
twat.
Wait, Steve, don't you like as a kid? Didn't you come with me and my parents to the Delaware River?
Yes, Sean, where we lost your tube and your mom.
Oh, you went tubing?
Yes.
I was gonna say no,
because
because Steve's acting like he's surprised that they're drinking. Like my parents were drinking way back
that's
in the day.
different. That's in Philly on the Delaware.
Yeah.
These guys are in it was in like, what's it called, J-Dub? It's like
It's
an
the
indoor
U.S.
it's like-
National Water
Yeah, you pay-
Rafting.
Oh, so
You
it's like
pay for
dangerous.
this. Yes,
Oh,
you
okay.
pay for
Oh,
it. Yeah,
never
yeah.
mind.
And it's real white water. Like you get in a boat where the bull knows what he's doing. You go in this little it's like a roller coaster, basically. It's a roller
Yeah.
coaster.
It's like the world's best lazy river, yo.
It's
Dude.
It's a big
insane.
loop, but it has like a ramp that takes you up, and you can go 2 different directions, and you do
You
big
bounce off
loops.
walls and shit, go through white water.
They
Yeah,
put
it's
you
sick.
like in the like they get you like stuck in a rapid on purpose, and your shit just floats there for
I
a
don't
while.
know how
It's
there's
awesome.
not one of those in every city. They sound
awesome.
fantastic.
Oh, it's man-made.
Yeah,
Yes.
all of it.
Yes. Oh, yeah. It's
What's
indoors.
it called? Do you know
It's
what
in North Carolina. It's the U.S. National Whitewater
Whitewater
Center.
Rafting Center. Yes, we
That
looked it
sounds
up. Me
awesome.
and Thomas. It's insane, Sean. I couldn't believe it. It makes
I wonder-
now the Alpine slide was a little more intense because you
Oh.
would get way more fucked up, and that's why they got rid of it, and it's no longer in existence. But this shit is wild.
Yeah, the Alpine slide. I mean, that was dangerous, but you couldn't. I guess you could die potentially, but like
yeah, but you're not
gonna get drowned.
drowning. Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
I mean, you could probably like die from like a secondary infection like 2 weeks later because like you have no skin on your body. But
That's
Can't
crazy.
you drink at them fucking hatchet throwing places too?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
it-
yeah, I think you can. I think you can.
J-Dub,
What's going on?
So
that's
for
it.
everybody listening, I'm sharing my screen. Is this the U.S. National
That's it.
Whitewater Rafting?
Dude, that is fucking sick.
B.
That
Keel,
looks pretty
Tennille, and Shadow
badass.
Estrada fucking rock that, John.
Strapless.
That looks like
Ah,
fun.
Strapla Strata. Yeah, dude, that looks like a badass fucking gimmick.
And we
Nice.
did the like obstacle course on the you're all fucking connected to a harness and you got
Oh,
the
nice.
clip.
Like the Ninja Warrior gimmick or whatever.
Yeah.
Nice. Man, sounds like a lot of athleticism while drunk. Does not sound like the best. I mean, when
That's
I drink,
fun.
I just want to fucking sit there, and do nothing. I can't.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't like understand people to get drunk and like do
do
stuff
activity.
like because like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, like for you and me, Matt. Like I mean, you're a boxing coach. I do jujitsu. I farm.
Yeah.
But like when it's like time to get drunk, it's like I want to sit there and relax. Like
Yeah.
I work my ass off.
Yeah.
Drinking's
Yeah.
my time to like chill out and relax, have a
Yeah.
conversation, or watch a funny movie or something.
Yeah. I'm
Well, I
with
can
you.
tell you, I did none of those things, and when I drank, my body just fucking shut down completely.
Yeah, dude. I mean, no, I'm with the most I'll do when I'm drunk is play cornhole. But besides that, I want to get into bocce. Bocce sounds like time, but
There's a bocce. Yeah. There's a good bocce
And-
court right in my backyard.
and
Not
I'm
mine,
Italian.
physically.
I'm Italian now, so I
You
can
do it.
bocce. Hey.
We got the Italian club right
Yeah.
there in Lansdale.
No, shout out, fan of the show, listen to the show. Nice. All right, so let's keep it moving. So yeah, like we said, available now on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. We have the Tom Lavelle Part 1 episode featuring Lyn Dub, Justin Richardson. Also, I want to say this. Justin's question segment has been a highlight every week since we've been doing it. The J-Dub's question segment has been murdering.
Have you been writing them down? I got to
should.
go back and write them down because I have had great questions and I feel like at some point I'm going to run out, but so far so good.
We can recycle a bunch of them, but they have been really good. I love to. Do you ever watch the Ask the Internet on KFC for Barstool?
Yeah.
Like, I love those. Some of those are pretty fucking good. You know what I mean? Like,
When I run out, I'm just going to steal them from there.
You should do like the classic one. What is it? Like fuck one, fight one, marry one.
Oh, marry, fuck, kill. Yeah.
No. But like change it up, like with different verbs. Like you got to eat one. You got to like whatever.
One in the asshole.
And like every single week, just random.
And walk
Eat
to
one,
a family,
rape one, and
walk to
shit
a
on one.
and walk
Like-
to a family wedding with one.
Yeah, so like Roseanne, Charlie Sheen, like, but you gotta eat one.
Bill
like,
Clinton.
Bill Clinton. I'm gonna eat Roseanne. You know.
I'm gonna
I'm fucking
shit
Bill.
on Sheen,
I'm fucking Bill.
and Bill's getting the rape. My God. All right. That's I mean, yeah, you know, I think we
And
have
that-
a new
and that-
We have a show title.
That can be recycled infinitely.
Marry,
yeah.
fuck, kill.
yeah. Rape,
Punch,
rape,
kiss, tickle.
rape, shit, and what was the third one? Rape, shit, and
Jerk off.
Eat, rape, and
Oh,
shit. Eat, rape, shit. Okay. Enough. Yeah. I shit on Sheen always. So okay. Nice. Let's keep it going. So
You're gonna shit on old Tiger Blood?
I mean, if
Oh,
I'm
wow.
lucky.
Charlie.
8-gram rocks.
So Lyn Dub, what did you get into last weekend? What do you have for this upcoming weekend? I would like to say, and I want to keep this going and keep the pressure on, but Lyn Dub's lady and several of her friends have been booked to be on the show.
Oh, we got the
FYI.
we got the Delco sneezers on.
My girlfriend's from
Oh,
Southwest, but yes.
Well, here's the thing: Southwest and South Philly are a stone throw from Delco. So it depends what upbringing you have. It's all very unique. I'm very familiar with the area, so very interesting. Depends what high school you went to.
They got drunk and my girl went to camp, but they got drunk and they
In Delco
no Girard Music Academy.
for high school. I didn't even know that was a high school.
They got drunk and they were like, we want to do the show. I was like, okay. And I texted Matt and I was like, what day you want to do it?
Yeah.
So in 9 months we'll have the show.
It's September. We're booked
Wait,
out.
she's pregnant? Congratulations, Jay.
Yeah.
Hey!
That's not funny. I don't find that humorous at all. I got so sweaty. I was like, fuck, are we?
No, don't be.
Just 9 months shit.
You gotta
Yeah.
hurry up if you want
Texas.
kids.
No,
If
yeah,
you keep waiting, you're gonna have kids with Down syndrome.
I don't.
No, I'm
And I don't
saying.
want to have Down syndrome kids.
Oh, you don't? Yeah, because dude, if you have kids after 35, your chances of Down syndrome go through the roof. So don't do
Yeah,
it.
that's
Just
what that's gonna be my
gotta hurry
Yeah,
up.
J Dub, let me pregnate your wife, and then you'll figure it out from there.
I don't want to raise your kid either.
Oh,
I don't want
alright.
to raise my kid. I don't want to raise
Oh, my
Steve's
bad.
kid.
Oh, all right.
I found the one girl who doesn't have a kid, after 30.
Yeah, get snipped, dude. You getting snipped?
No, I just
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
J Dub he's already too small to get snipped, yo. You can't lose anything he got.
it's a curse of the Irish. We just come shallow, It's never gonna happen.
Man. Okay.
They grew up on an island, but they can't swim.
How about it? All right. Lyn Dub, what'd you gonna do last weekend? What do you got for this upcoming week?
Last weekend I went to a nice graduation party for my cousin. Just graduated high school.
Nice. Yeah.
Got any
My,
sisters? Are they hot?
Whole world ahead of him.
She's like
Sky's
18.
the limit.
So,
I didn't ask about her. I asked about her sisters. Does she
she's the
have any
oldest
sisters?
of her
Oh,
family.
all right.
So no.
Respect them. Good for her.
My cousin's kid, which I don't know how he's related to me. I was thinking about this. What my cousin's kid, what is he to me? Because he's a punk little
Second cousin.
bitch, yo.
Your
Yeah.
second cousin, you fucking sped.
Is
A
this someone
second
you
cousin.
beat up all the time?
No, well, this is a different child on a different weekend that I also beat up.
Beat
just
up.
for fun. I was being nice to him though. I was very
Man,
cordial.
you don't want to have kids and you beat up little ones.
It's fun.
J
beating up
Dub's
kids. They're
J
little.
Dub, yeah, J Dub needs to beat up kids because he'll
Yeah.
get beat up by his girlfriend. So he needs to just figure it out with
It's
the
a
little
very
balls.
bossy Italian
Justin,
woman.
are you in an abusive relationship?
I mean, I don't make a lot of choices.
Blink twice if you're gonna choke on and
I'm
yucky
happy
one
as
more
shit.
time.
That girl makes fantastic fried chicken. You'll never hear me complain.
Fried chicken. She's Italian. I thought she hand rolling you
Cutlets.
gnocchis. There you go.
And I lightly harass this child. We're having fun, and I'm then helping him up from the ground. I've called a truce amongst us.
Sure.
And as I reach out my hand, he instead denies the lift up and proceeds to kick me in the dick.
Wow.
Wait. We need
balls or dick.
Yeah, exactly, Sean. Exactly, Sean. Did he hit the stem, or are we hitting the marble?
He didn't ring me, because I literally turned into my father for a second.
Marbles will put you down.
He knocked aside, but in that same moment where I felt assaulted, I grabbed him, And then I was like,
did
and
you
I could tell
fist it? Yeah.
No.
He was like, oh shit, I fucked up.
Yeah, I was like, don't fucking kick me. I was like, look, I might be a dick to you, but don't kick me in the fucking dick,
Yeah. I'm gonna kick you in the dick, you little shit. Yeah.
You'll get it. You'll get it when you get older. That shit's important, you little fuck.
Yeah. I mean, if you're using it, which Justin clearly isn't.
Not for anything useful.
Nice. And then what do you got this upcoming weekend?
Nothing. My girlfriend goes
Best
away to
plans
see her
to have.
father in Wildwood, so I have the house
Where the
alone.
mushrooms at?
Dog, I think they're actually in, He told me this.
Beat
You know
you
what
to
it's
dick,
like. You know how reliable a mushroom guy is.
Yeah.
But he's like, I'm picking them up this weekend. I'm like, okay, just tell me when they're at your house.
Yeah, I'm not your friend. Yeah. Man,
I'm back. He back.
Nice. Okay, very cool. Thank you for that, Justin.
You got 6 minutes with me.
All right, well then Steve will do you then. What
I don't even do me. Just keep going.
All right. Lasmeeshma, what'd you get into last weekend? What do you got for this upcoming weekend?
My last weekend and this weekend are all one long weekend.
So the best.
But we visited my sister in South Philly during the real weekend and everything.
Nice.
Where in South Philly is she at? Where'd you go?
She's on.
Is this the one that just moved here?
I'm assuming she's in Passyunk Square because that's like the new hip area.
No, she used to live there. She used to live on 10th between Morris and Tasker,
which is on the Passyunk side.
Yeah.
That's the vibe over there.
Now she's on, I think it was 19th or 18th.
Oh, she in Girard Estate. She's in my neck of the woods. Let's go.
Man. And,
all the good food over there. St. Monica's area. Let's go.
Damn, what
19th and what? Porter, Rittner, Shunk, Wolf.
Yeah, Shunk was one of the sides, one of the streets that we had to go through.
Yeah.
Golly.
That's my spot, cuz.
Nice.
Yep.
I was parking down there.
Yeah, we parked a couple blocks away.
No, it's actually not that bad because you can park in front of fire hydrants and
they don't care.
They don't give a fuck, yo.
Yeah, I mean, really, we only walked 2 blocks, which is not long when you're there. It's short.
Mm-hmm.
But damn, that's bad. I don't know my sister's new address, but
yeah,
she moved though, so it's not really my fault. It's her fault for moving.
You'll know it soon. I'm sure it's in your phone.
On 19th, so it depends where you go, right? So 19th on the lower streets. If you're in Shunk, you're in Rittner, you're in Porter, you're in Wolf. Those streets are very, very how do I put this politely? Safe. You get into Point Breeze, Gray's Ferry, you go a little too north, you're in Dion Waiters, the fucking ball. Philly Slim, you in the most hood neighborhood.
Oh no, it was nice.
She's further down then. Okay.
There's a little.
She's below Snyder Avenue. That's the big thing.
Yeah, there's a nice little water ice place there, and it was cool.
Yeah.
And then we did, dude. I got my kid fishing now and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was, I guess she was just so boring for her when we would fish for we're fishing for trout or bass.
Yeah.
It's just because they have to wait. So then I just started cutting up hot dogs and putting them on small hooks, and then we started catching sunnies, and I think that's how you get them into it. Yeah. I mean, that was the
100%, Liam.
The first fish I ever caught was that. And it's just so easy. Yeah. So we've been pulling them out of Talmenson and fucking Fisher Park and stuff.
Nice. And they're fun to catch for a little girl. Those little sunnies will fight like a motherfucker. So you feel like you have a shark on the line.
No, you do it too. It's not legal, but you get a third rod and you get the sunnies, you chop them up, and then you get a big weight and you get a third rod.
And you make a catfish.
Deep, get the catfish. You can just sit there So you can have 3 poles, and no one fucking enforces it. That's why I should do.
Yeah.
I did that. I don't know how many times. No one ever enforced it ever. Because you're only technically supposed to have one rod per license. But
In
Well,
PA, it's
what's-
2 now.
What's cool
Oh,
about
is it?
doing it is now that she'll do it with me, it's cool because like my dad wasn't around growing up, so like I'm not really good at fishing either. So
Yeah.
like I'm not with somebody who's like good at it or anything. So if I suck, she doesn't really notice, you know. So I can like learn what I need to do with her, you know.
Yeah.
And you also are friends with the Zeppelin, so say less.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to go fish. I don't know how to fish either. No one ever took me
Just
fishing, yo.
Run it by Eric or Kevin or Alex, and you'll find out real quick.
yeah, I basically like learned from them. Like I don't even know how they learned, but like I was like 6 or 7 years old, and like they already knew how to fish, and they taught me
Everything
how to fish.
about it. Everything about it. They know it all.
That is true, Sean. When we were kids, they like already knew that shit. Like when we were like 10,
Yep.
they knew how to fish like as good as like any adult would.
For sure.
But-
Yeah, like Kevin like taught me how to noodle and stuff like that. Like he taught
Yep.
me how to like put my hand in holes and catch frogs and catfish. Like we would catch catfish with our bare hands, and I learned it from them. Yeah, with our bare hands. And I
Damn.
learned it from them. We catch alligator, snapping turtles. Like those are the guys you talk to, the Zeppelin.
Damn.
Yeah, that is true. Zeppelins,
Very true.
Nice.
Bassmasters.
Nice. Very cool. All
But
right, man.
I mean, I won't take up a lot of time. We did Sesame Place.
Hell yeah.
We
Take
got
all the time you want, bro.
we got so we went to Sesame Place earlier in the week. We got a ticket though. Like I guess now that school just got out, so it's like a promotion they're running. You buy a ticket, you get to come back within 30 days for free. So we're gonna go again.
BOGO.
We're gonna go again the day this airs, Friday. So we'll be
Hell
at
yeah.
Sesame Place then too.
Hell yeah.
It rained earlier, and I just tried to pick clear days to do that shit.
Nice.
You know?
Awesome, man. Sounds like a blast. Very cool.
Oh yeah.
Nice, dude. Good. Glad to.
All right, go to me.
I love hearing that you and your daughter get that QT. You know what I mean? Like that's important.
Yeah,
Hell
man,
yeah.
hang out with her now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's not gonna want to hang out with you in a couple of years.
I see
Nice.
it happening right now in the dynamic. So, like I said, my nieces are a little bit older than your guys' daughters.
Mhm.
Yeah, it turns quick where you're not the cool person anymore.
Yeah.
I wasn't cool to begin with. So.
I agree.
exactly.
I
That's
thought
what
the
I
same
mean.
thing.
Like, look
But
at
that's
me.
It built you up though because to them you were the coolest person. You were like, I'm the coolest person ever. They know it. And then all of a sudden one day they're like, nah, not so much anymore.
Yeah, like this
Yeah.
guy sucks.
Yeah. Where's dinner?
Yeah. All right,
Buy me
Steve.
something.
Yeah. What do you got for last weekend? What do you got this upcoming weekend?
I'm gonna combine them into 2, right? So last weekend, it doesn't matter. This weekend, or actually no, last week. This weekend doesn't matter. Last weekend, I actually had I actually got called by my buddy Kevin, as frequently as we're talking about the Zeppelins. I get called by my buddy Kevin, and he needed referees he runs 7-on-7 tournaments, right? So he's a big time coach at North Penn, has a bunch of kids. You know, he also has this facility that he owns. So he has all types of guys and all types of Division I colleges all over that he's trained since they were little kids. And like obviously Keystone Sports, shout out them. Kevin's a great coach to show kids how to be athletic, right? Because for us who know Kevin, he's white chocolate, right? He's the most athletic white guy you've ever seen.
He is one
So,
fast fucking white.
No,
boy.
and that doesn't count. Like fast just isn't his thing. His ability to jump, his ability, like when you play basketball with him, he's fucking a freak. It annoys the fuck out of me since we've
Quite a
been little, right?
pickleballer as well, right?
And whatever.
Yeah.
He's so competitive. Good golfer. He's a good. Whatever it is, he's the most competitive, right?
No, those
So,
guys are the worst.
Oh, he drives me fucking nuts. He's one of my closest friends. I love him to death. I fucking hate him at the same time, right? Because he just fucking drives me nuts. He's so stupid athletic. So he asked me and Tommy Romeo, former guest of the show, if we could help referee for these matches. Me and Thomas were like, oh yeah, let us in, right? And usually these things, I don't know if you guys have ever seen like some of the YouTube videos or whether it's a short clip. Like these things nowadays, this is only 7th
they're
and 8th grade, right?
They're so nuts.
They're the most intense you've ever seen. There's so many. And so the way Kevin does it with the people he knows and his reputation. So he has like 10 teams in these tournament, like 5 are from around somewhat in this, 3 are from like Montgomery County, 2 are from like the Lehigh Valley, and the rest of the 5 are from the city, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I was saying, shout out to Shook Films. This guy does all these like hype videos. Are ridiculously good. This guy's really, really talented. So he asked if we'll be refs. I said, yeah, of course. And he was like, look, he's told me stories before about parents coming onto the field, almost wanting to get into it with refs, like go to nose, right? I'm like, Kevin,
No.
You're wrestling. The wrestling's
That
way
will-
worse.
That will not happen with me. I will tell you this. I'm like, am I allowed to body slam some kid's dad? He's like, yeah, oh hell yeah. I'm like, okay, that'll not happen
one time and
Tom
never
give him
again.
the work too.
I'm waiting for this moment my whole life. Please, Dad, come out here and try to get tough with me because this is
Did Thomas throw down too?
Oh,
Yeah, Thomas will give him the work.
Thomas is no bitch. Yeah, he's ready.
We were camping before, and it took like 7 of us to get him in the creek, dude.
He's a
was,
Romeo.
like, slipping out, dude. He's strong.
Yeah, he's a Romeo.
Grease ball.
He's a Romeo, right? Little Dago.
Yeah.
So
He's
we
so
get
strong. It's not even proportionate to his height or size.
annoying.
Yo.
It's
I've wrestled him
annoying.
so many times. It doesn't even make mathematical sense.
so annoying, yo. And then you just think of his brother, who's 10 times him, which
He's
is
the scariest
insane.
person alive.
So we get out there, right? Me and Thomas get out there. One of the guys, fuck this guy. I don't know his name. I wish I did because I would air him out like laundry on a fucking Oklahoma zip line outside your house that washed it in the river, right? Because this bull's a piece of shit. And Kevin likes him because he was the head quarterback at Lehigh when Kevin got recruited, right? So when Kevin got recruited to Lehigh back in because Kevin could have went Division I all over, but they're Division 1A. But he had a bunch of offers, and this was the place he wanted to start and play as a freshman, play all 4 years. And the quarterback they had there, the big thing about Lehigh at that point is they're Division 1A, but they were like the last 3 years from like 98 until 2000 or 97 to 2000, they were top 4 every year into the finals of the Division 1A or Division 1A football. Like they were national powerhouses, right? So of course he went there. The guy who led that charge, he played for the Giants a little bit, Stamball or some shit. I forget. I wish I knew this fucking cocksucker's name. Because fuck you, bull. He's big as shit too. He probably beat the shit out of me. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. We know this, right? So he runs a 7th and 8th grade team out of Easton, right? Because he's a Lehigh Valley guy. He like grew up there. So he runs a nice little, and these kids are all big and they're strong and they realize that. So far I've done 6 games. 7 games. I've reffed 7 games for Kevin. I haven't thrown a flag yet. Right?
Let the fucking boys play. Let the fucking boys play.
So do I get a little bit of like shit talk? Because I usually get paired up with this old fat guy who, this is the problem. Again, I'm a coach, right? I've coached wrestling for a long time. I've also been involved in sports where combat sports all the time, one-on-one combat sports, whether it was jiu-jitsu, MMA, wrestling, blah, blah, blah. You know how you have to treat a ref, Matt, right? You understand this, like,
right.
This guy can be a dickhead, and a lot of them are, right? But we know
this etiquette. Yeah.
Here's the surprise, right? Before I preface this, I'm an asshole, right? We know this. I say this all the time.
Mentioned it.
But
before.
the one thing I can do is I can talk to people respectfully, right?
Right.
So I'm not a fucking retard. I don't know if we have to cut that. I'm not a fucking. I'm not a sped, right? So I know how to talk to people without with a little bit of de-escalation, correct?
Yeah, I've seen you do it.
And I've been a coach my whole life, so I understand the dynamic between a ref, right? So, for instance, the last time we played, the guy had being a ref with me. They had a bad call, right? Immediately when the coach questions the call, that guy, it was his call, screams at him, "The call's the call, and you will not talk." I was like, oh my God.
Just made it worse.
So now all the coaches, because the kids fuck with me, I'm talking to them, blah, blah, blah. They're all 7th and 8th grade guys. And the one guy looks over and he goes, "Yo, Stripes." I look over, he goes, is he like trying to draw me into something? And I just gave him the look like, I mean, he's not my guy. I don't know this fucking guy. But yeah, absolutely. If I was you, I'd punch him in the face because I don't know why he just talked to you like that in front of all these kids. I hear you, cuz I was like, I have no idea what the fuck's happening. This fucking jerk off. Come to find out, that jerk off was the head of all PA high school football refereeing. So he has this complex where he's the lead guy in the entire
state.
He's
the Ed Hockley of PA.
Right? When Kevin told me this, I was like, Jesus Christ. He's like, "What'd you think of him?" I go, "No, he's a great ref. He made fantastic calls." The way he talks to people is absolutely ludicrous, right? Yeah, I was like, I would jump kick him in the nuts. Oh my God. So he wasn't able to come this weekend. I get another guy, right? This guy's some big fat. So all he does is spot the ball. I'm Brian Dawkins. Meanwhile, Kevin has this, he's cracking up. I stand back with the safety, like, and at one point, because I played safety and all the way up through football, right? So the second I'm like, I see the quarterback drop back because it's 7-on-7, it's all receivers. When I see him drop back, the second he rolls or like, his eyes move to a certain section of the field, I start like fucking, sliding that way, right? So and when he rolls, I roll with him, blah, 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 because I know where the play's going. Like I'm talking about, I know the sport, right? So at one point I heard one of the coaches yell, to the safety, just follow the fucking ref. When he moves, you move where he goes. And I was like, oh my God, right? Because the kid wasn't paying attention to like how they roll, where the play's going to be. And I just happened to be, because they're 7th and 8th grade. So it's not like I'm like fucking a genius. Since you can read little, you know where it's going, right? I can figure it out. So
these kids put on a dime though.
Oh, some of these quarterbacks and there's a couple kids out of these teams that are just, I was like, Jesus Christ. So the one guy from Lehigh, this fucking, I won't say that word. This sped says, there's a call, right? There's a deep bomb. They're getting smoked by this. They call themselves the Uptown something. It's a team out of like Germantown and Mount Airy.
The Uptown Girls.
Nah, they were, I called them the Uptown Demons. See that this might not hit unless you're from Philadelphia. When people in Philadelphia understand there's North Philly and there's Uptown, right? It's two different places, both North Philly geographically, but Uptown's like Oak Lane, Mount Airy, those type of areas that are, when we were younger, were considerably less violent than North Philadelphia, which is like Brewery Town, Huntington Park, all, you know what I mean? So like the Uptown guys, whatever, either way. So these guys are up there. They have 500 guys with them on the sideline. Might as well be the NFL fucking finals. And they're all talking to me because I'm on that side, right, with them. And they're all city guys, so they're cool, but they keep questioning me a bit shit. So they're losing to this, or they're beating this Easton team. There's a play. It wasn't really controversial, but it wasn't going to sway the way the game went. They throw the ball deep. The fucking kid on the Easton team turns around and he fucking slips on the ground, trying to come back to the ball, falls to his stomach. The guy behind him trips over him and falls on top of him, right? But there was no play on the ball. The ball was nowhere near being catchable. Yeah. And it was also just a tangle up of the two, both trying to fight for the ball. Very innocent thing. Yeah. Mind you, it's 7-on-7 summer tournament, correct? Mm-hmm. This isn't the fucking playoffs of the PIAA states. Like, stop, right? So I don't throw a flag, which I've never done. Every time Kevin goes, give me the flag, I go put that thing back in the bin. I'm not throwing one. Like, unless a kid punches a kid, I'm not throwing a flag. You're out of your fucking mind. Like, get the fuck out of here, right? So, which if you were a coach and you were smart, which this guy was, later in it, he almost had to throw my first flag. The Easton guy, this guy that I hate, was like, he's not going to call penalties. Grab them and hold them as hard as you can. So I was watching this Easton team just grip Uptown up and hold them because they couldn't run with them. They're all white kids. These kids are all fucking sick black athletes. So these fucking white kids are just trying to wrap them up and shit and hold them like it's wrestling, which I was like, whatever, fight out of it. We'll figure it out. So plus they're beating the shit out of them. This play, the guy says to me, verbatim says, hey, how was that not pass interference? And I said, look, it was incidental contact. And I said, also, it wasn't a playable ball. And he goes, I'm sorry. What does the playable ball have to do with anything? And I looked over and I go, I'm sorry. Is this the NFL? And he goes, no, but I need you to make the correct call. And I go, you saw where I was? Because again, I take pride in the fact that Tommy ain't sweating like me, standing on the line like a fucking numbnut. I'm running around like I'm Brian Dawkins in the fucking bat. Like I'm fucking, I'm Ed Reed, basically, ball hocking. The second the ball gets caught in their hands, I'm right behind the ball running like I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Ed Reed, boy.
So this fucking guy says, I said, you saw where I was? I said, I was 2 feet from the call. I saw it. He goes, yeah, I saw you were 2 feet from it. And I saw that you made the wrong call. So I said, all right, buddy. I said, well, I'm not going to go back and forth because that's not what refs do, right? Because you're just going to keep getting it going. Good thing you're the coach and good thing I'm the ref because what matters is the way I saw it. And as I saw it, I just explained to you. So we're done. And he was like, and I hear a mom go, you never call a penalty, you weirdo. And I was like, oh my God.
Yes.
Which she's right. Yeah. And I'm like, I was this close because I'm an asshole. I was this close turning around and going, then bitch, adjust to what you see. If you were a good coach, and you saw that I would never call a penalty, then tell your kids get fucking rough. Like, let's get by
physical. Let's go. Yeah.
So at the end of one of them, again, and this was the other thing. So tell me if I'm wrong. This is going to get a little controversial, but this is how I am, right? So the young brothers from Uptown happen to use the N-word to talk to each other a lot, right? My main thing is I don't let them curse, right? When I hear they're fucking, I'm with 7th and 8th grade. They're like fucking 13, 14.
Yeah.
No, in 8th grade, 13. Yeah. So 12 and 13. So these kids are like kind of going in it. Some of them are 14. And I'm like, every time I hear them go, what the fuck are you? I'm like, oh. And they're like, I'm sorry, Mr. Official, right? They're all respectful little kids.
Yeah.
When they're saying the N-word, I was like,
are they white?
No, these are the blackest kids. And I'm like, I can't tell a black kid he can't call another black kid that, right? Like, that's not my position. Yeah. So I look over and I see people like, yo, you just gonna let them say that? I'm like, yeah. I don't think I'm.
I don't know that I can tell them they can't.
I was like, now, if it's a white kid yelling it at a black kid, I'll tell that white kid he can't say that.
I'm throwing a flag.
I'm like
15-yard penalty. You can't say that word.
It was unbelievable. I was like, I don't even know how to do that. These 13
What if you
kids
threw a flag on the black kid for saying the N-word? Be like, you can't say that. What are you kidding?
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
But I did have a parent lose her mind. I had another lady, so it's one hand touch, not flag, right? Anything that you touch the person with, you're down, right? Just has to make contact. So one kid runs down, hits the kid, and I blow the whistle. You know, you're down right here. I hear the lady scream from the sideline right in my ear. He only touched him with one hand, you idiot.
That's
And
the
I looked
rule.
over. I was like, thank you for confirming my call. And I seen like another parent, like, it's as long as they touch him, it's over. Lady was like, fuck, I'm a retard.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it is, I loved it. And so it was just funny. Kevin and them were like, for some reason, there wasn't any issues. Like when you and Tommy were refs with, like every time we have issues, parents are trying to fight refs, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I would love to believe in my mind that it's my gigantic stature. And they already know that I'm the toughest human that's ever lived. I hope that they already knew that, but that's clearly not the case. We know this, right?
Yeah.
I'm a little ass white guy and look like nothing special.
I
So
wouldn't say that.
well, when they came up, I was like, no, the reason why, Kevin, is because the old heads you have here are the most disrespectful humans I've ever heard the way they talk to other people. There's a way to talk to guys. Even that guy that told me that I missed the call, I was polite about it. I joked with him. I was like, I hear you, but the important part is I'm the one who makes the call, right? Maybe next time it goes better. You know, it's okay.
Also, don't be a dick to the ref, and maybe you'll get more calls.
And you know
But I also wanted to make sure that every time I've been nice to a ref, when he gets tough with me, it drives me insane. Makes me want to lose my fucking mind.
So polite.
That's
So
weird too.
polite.
It's like even like when I played sports, I don't think I ever yelled at a ref. I just like
No.
I was just
And
like whatever. I was
I
like
got-
whatever.
no.
Like I remember like wrestling one time, wrestled Percocet, and this dude he straight up like went for a double leg and just headbutted me in the face. And I had like a black eye, and I didn't say a damn thing, and I just went back to beating his ass. Or even football.
Yep.
I just like I don't know. I can't imagine myself as a player or as a parent or even a coach yelling at another like a ref or even another coach.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I
don't
agree. You're because like you not throwing flags is actually good because they're not going to always get every call, but you could still need to make a play for your team. You know what I mean? You can't rely on like a ref bailing you out for something. You need to still be able to
This isn't soccer.
And,
make plays.
And I immediately,
the thing is, like,
let him
as
know
long
that
as you're
it's not-
consistent, too. Like when I was a pitcher,
100%.
like there were some refs that had a wide, pitching zone. So I would just
As long as you're consistently wide, I'm fine.
I
with
would,
that.
yeah, and some coaches were,
and
and some refs were very narrow, and I was like, okay, that's the game today. And like
I
you
say
just,
that all
as
the
long as you're
time.
consistent,
That's the main
who
thing,
cares?
right? That's the main thing. You know, I'm not going to throw a flag unless there's something absolutely outrageous, right? So I'm consistent with the fact that I'm going to let it play. So again, when I talk to these guys, when they ask me things, right? One guy's like, yo, how'd that play not go? I look over and I go, sir, you saw me. I was right there. You know this, right? Like you can't admit that I'm running around. I'm sweating like a fucking hog. I look like a retard because I'm so sweaty running around with these kids like I'm fucking Ed Reed. You saw me 2 feet from there. Like I called what I saw from that distance. Like are you going to fault me for like sweating my ass off? Because I don't see Tommy or any of the other old fat bulls running around like I am in the backfield, right?
Yeah.
So shut the fuck up. And I think because of the same way with Thomas, he has to deal with the public every day. He sells insurance. Like he's a salesman. Like there's a way you can address other humans without being disrespectful, but yet still get the point across that. Like me and you, we can agree to disagree, right? It's just being a fucking intelligent human. And
it's
it
called
drives
not being
me
an entitled dick, you know?
I'm like, and I will say this to that giant cock sucking butt fucking weirdo from Easton. He was, when I did come at him that way, he didn't go any further. But when I got off, I was like, yo, if that was the guy I worked with last week, him and this guy, he was like, they've already been into it so many times. I was like, he probably would have fought each other because this guy yells and screams at you like he's your dad. And I'm like, hold on. This is 12-year-old flag football.
Yeah.
If you scream at me like that one more time because you have a fucking shirt on that's, I don't know, the color of jail jumpsuits, I'm going to knock you the fuck out in front of all these kids. Like, you cannot talk to me that way. Like, I don't know who, where, or what happened that you think you can address people this way. But it's a big problem in refereeing. So I got to say,
I would love
first man in my life, it was awesome.
Dude, today I got yelled at Costco. Like I went to Costco. I got a busy day, taking my kids out to gymnastics, and then
Elbow that boy, yo.
No, I went to Costco, and then And then I went to get gas because Costco gas is the cheapest. Gas is fucking
Hell yeah.
expensive.
Yeah.
And like, if you've ever been to Costco, it's like when you go to Costco, everyone knows you have to be efficient. You don't fuck around. You have your cart out. You get in and out.
Yeah.
And like
no
it goes
wandering.
it goes with everything. It goes with like the food court. It goes with everything, and it goes with the gas too. And like you're supposed to go in and out. And so there was like two people in front of me, and there was like a spot in the middle opened up, and the person like two cars in front of me had a small little like Dodge like neon type vehicle. I don't even know what it was. And they wouldn't go in the center because they didn't want to parallel park. And I've got a long bed Tacoma. It's pretty goddamn long. I'm like, I can get in there. And I'm just fucking sitting there. I'm like, this is ridiculous. So I was like, I cut in line, two cars in front of me, and got into the center line. And then like some old man gets out, starts yelling at me. He's like, why'd you cut in line? I'm like, dude, you were sitting there for a minute. And there was no spot opened up, and like I didn't even say that. That's what I was thinking in my head. I'm like, I literally just stared at him. I'm like, started yelling at me. I just stared at him, and then the Costco guy was staring at him because the Costco guy was telling him to go up, and he wouldn't do it. And so I just went up, and like this whole thing was just like this big silent battle because he was yelling at me. And I'm just sitting there like this, just staring at him completely silently, pumping my gas. And I'm like, dude, you have no idea who you're talking to right now. I'm like,
yes,
yeah.
I was about to say.
I didn't say that, but I'm like just looking at him like evil eye. I literally said not one word to him. I'm just staring at him. Like,
your move, Sean, is by far to knock on someone's window and go, "You're welcome for your freedom."
Yeah.
And just walk back like so calm. What? You're welcome for your freedom.
But it's just funny because like this whole conversation, the stuff I'm saying was like in my head. And I literally said not one damn word. And this guy was just yelling at me. He's like, you can't be doing that. It's like, it's hot out here. We all need gas. And you're just cutting a line. I'm like,
bitch, you had a fucking chance.
What do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was fucking hilarious.
Dude,
My dad, one of my dad's
it's
best
weird.
quotes ever. One of my dad's best quotes ever always to me was, he who hesitates always loses.
But it's just weird that people like will go around like, I mean, even with my skills and even like with our skills, like wrestling, boxing and stuff like you guys, like, I don't go around just like yelling at people. Like 99% of people I talk to, I can beat the shit out of. And like they piss me off, but I don't go yelling at them. Like I just don't understand.
Yeah, because you don't know who. I agree with that, dude. You don't know. Like I could see somebody who's like smaller than me, but I don't know if he's trained, gonna choke me out in fucking 10 seconds. You know what I mean?
But dude,
has
even
like
untrained,
throwing stars on him.
But dude, even me, like I'm trained, but guess what? Like if a 12-year-old wants to pull a gun on my back, like, what am I gonna do? Like I can't. I'm not a fucking Jedi. I can't like see the future. Like what am I gonna do?
My whole
like just be nice to everyone. Just be nice to everyone and assume everyone can kill you because they can. I mean, there's fucking school shootings. There's like 13-year-old kids that go in there and kill cops. You know, it's like, come on.
Yeah, my whole thing. I agree with you. I think to be to be courteous and have manners, there's nothing wrong with that. And as far as the fighting goes, I'd stop fighting for free a long time ago. You know what I mean? So if I'm getting paid for it, I'll do it. But other than that, I don't want to do it. You know what I mean? It's not fucking worth it.
It would be so hard to get me into a fight in real life. Like, I mean,
I'd have to push pretty fucking hard. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, I can't even imagine, like,
it all depends. If it's something, but like, if it's something that has to deal with like my kid or my wife, I'll fucking kill someone.
At this point, your family's the only thing.
Exactly.
That's really gonna make
but bar that, it's like, what, dude? Fuck off. I'm not doing.
Agreed.
I'm not going to jail for fucking putting your lights out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the thing is, you think about like all the fight, like I've been in a lot of fights when I was younger, and like all of them, I could have prevented all of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, and as an adult, if you're getting into like fist fights,
you're
like consistently, you're an idiot. Like
you're the worst person.
Like,
and no one is your fucking friend. Tell you that right
now. And you're dumb. You're a fucking idiot then.
You're a fucking dumbass. You have like can't read issues. Like that's how dumb.
You used to get mad when the teacher would call on you to read out loud. That's who's starting fist fights still.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. I'm 100% with you. So, all right, boys. Well, we're coming to the top of time. This has been another killer. Lyn Dub, what do you got to say to the Dub Nation before we get out of here?
Well, just be good to each other. I think I'm done fighting too. I thought about that a long time ago. I've been in my last fist fight, and I'm probably. I mean, unless I have to like fight for my survival, I don't think I'm gonna have to fight again.
I have dental insurance. Like, I mean, I don't want to fucking do it. I hate going to the dentist. Think I want to do that shit?
Yeah, fucking copays and all
Oh
that
my
shit.
God,
You know?
nightmare.
Got to
Yeah.
pay the deductible. Man.
Plus, to imagine being like, if I go to the office in a Zoom meeting and I remember one time I came in with a black eye and it was the most awkward thing. Like, wasn't even a black, I had a mouse from like a sparring session from a headbutt on my eye. And I just remember being like, God damn it. Like, this is so, like, you know, like you're trying to talk to clients on the phone and they're just like, everything all right at home? And you're like, fuck yeah. Yeah.
I fell down some stairs.
I walked into a door. No.
I didn't wash the dishes.
You know, it's my fault.
Yeah, it was my fault. I shouldn't have done it. You're right. But no, okay. Yeah. Lasmeesh, what do you got to say to Lasmeesh Nation before we get out of here?
There's 2 rules if you want to be successful in life. One is never reveal everything you know. That's it. That's the end.
Love it. Nice. And Sean Douglas Day, what do you got to say to the maniacs out there before we get out of here?
The pen is mightier than the sword.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, nice.
On the non-violence, you know.
Yeah, no.
A lawyer, you get in a fight, and
yeah, no.
get into a fight, a lawyer is gonna sue your ass. So
yeah, that's gonna be who wins in the end. You ain't.
The pen is mightier than the swords.
I love the concept of just a stranger at a gas station screaming at you, unbeknownst to him that you're a Navy SEAL.
Dude.
I love it. I think it's so funny. I think it's got to be so fun for you. Just like I could kill you in so many different ways, and I'm just gonna stand here and pump this gas and go home.
Well, my first thought was, I'm like, I got a lighter in my car because I'm like, I don't smoke, but I'm a survivalist. And like, my first thought was like, I could just like very nonchalantly just like cover them in gasoline. And I'm like, that was my first thought. I mean, that's the thing is like, he had no idea. I'm sitting here like this, just like,
it's still like, you know, like this,
arms crossed, like, and he has no idea that was like what was going through my head.
It's all those.
I'm like going down the line of all the different ways. I'm like,
it's
all
all
these
those
different ways.
It's all those people in public who are like, do you know what the fuck I am? Where like in reality, it's the one time where you literally could be like, do you know what the fuck I am?
Yeah. Golly, fucking people.
Anybody who's ever said, do you know who the fuck I am? It has never mattered who the fuck they were.
Not
and
once.
that guy like sold lawn equipment or something.
You
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, he probably like sold insurance for lawn equipment. He probably didn't even sell.
He insures the lawn equipment.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nothing against.
Nothing against insuring lawn equipment.
Yeah, disclaimer. I don't have anything against people.
Lawn equipment's
Dude,
no, it's funny though, like jujitsu, like, I mean, Matt and Steve know, but like you'll come across like jujitsu people and like, I know a guy, he sells insurance and he's a fucking badass and he will, cause like, he just like his job's so mundane. He doesn't feel like masculine. And so like years back, it was like, I'm going to get a black belt in jujitsu and he's a fucking mean bastard because of his job. He's like, I feel, I got to like live. I got to like make sure everyone thinks I'm a badass. So.
Yeah, one's like a male librarian. He's like the toughest guy in the gym.
Yeah.
No, dude, Matt, I'll tell you, dude, you'll come across the weirdest people that like look like they're nothing and like they will fucking choke you out.
Yeah.
That's why, man. Watch who you talk to when you're out on the street.
Nerd assassins, I think is what Eddie Bravo calls them. But dude, I mean, Justin, I would have to say you have a good view of this because I know them all personally, so it's like different, but you've seen a bunch of jiu-jitsu guys come on the show. None of like besides Big O, none of them really physically imposing. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, like so like what's our thick fit boy? Like he looks like a mild manner man, you know?
He's a regional insurance. Yeah. He's a regional manager for insurance company.
And he could beat the shit out of me.
Oh, dude, I can't wait till you meet Dental Bill. He's a dentist and he's the biggest fucking goober. You're like,
that's fun. That's fun to me. I like that.
No, I love it too. Like even like Johnny Dorito, like you know what I mean? Like these guys are fucking killers. They'll put your lights out like that. And like you have no, but also I will say this, and I think Sean, you might agree, like one of the baddest dude I know is probably the nicest dude I know also. Like he is Rich Latta is legit the nicest fucking guy in the world. And he is the baddest motherfucker there is. And, I don't know, man. But like those guys don't have to be dickheads because if I always thought like if you're confident in being able to handle yourself physically, then you don't have to be a douche.
I mean, I think that's some of it too is also, but like, I think like for me, like I was like a violent kid, but like it can turn a violent person to unviolent. So like, I know like I mean, even if I don't train for a couple of days, I'm still like, I'm not going to fight someone, but I definitely do have more anger. But like after I train, I have no anger. So I think some of it too is like, even if you are naturally, you expel all of it out of your body. Like, I mean, after like yesterday, I did an hour and a half. We did like an hour of like solid just drilling for an hour, then a half an hour straight of rolling, like 10-minute rounds. And like, dude, I don't have that, dude. Even if someone did piss me off, I don't have the energy to go fight them. I'm like, and then like I gotta like go farm now. And, like,
you're like you can barely grip the steering wheel. You're like,
I'm like, what is going on right now? Like I need some electrolytes. My legs are cramping up. Like I gotta put the gas pedal on now. Shit.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, Justin. Honestly, I can't wait to get you in the jiu-jitsu gym one day.
One of these days. I'll show up.
So nice. Well, speaking of jiu-jitsu, this has been another episode of the Working Perspectives podcast. I'm Matt Lavelle, accompanied today by Lyn Dub, Justin Richardson, Lasmeeshma, Reese, Schwab Game, Steve Cabot, and the Madman Sean Day. You can find all our stuff and all our content and all podcast platforms on YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. You can also on Instagram at Working Perspectives Podcast, and you can join us on the Twitter and the TikTok at Working P Pod. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email us at workingperspectives@gmail.com. And please like and subscribe so we can keep this party going. This has been another episode of the Working Perspectives Podcast. Thanks for listening. Have a good weekend. Thanks. See ya.
Okay, I love you guys, but I have not seen Obi-Wan yet, and I've been out.
So I need to
go see it because
Liam, have you seen
Doctor Strange is out too?
Dude, I went on Facebook for 2 seconds and I almost got like fucking people telling me what's going on. So I gotta.
All right, dude.
Yeah, we're gonna watch it right now too.
Liam, you want to talk real quick? Because I have some questions for you. Okay.
Yeah.
So first off, I just started watching. I started watching Doctor Strange, right?
The new one.
The new one, but
yeah,
then
they just put it out.
Yeah, that they referenced in the beginning that they dealt with the multiverse in the Spider-Man, right? Spider-Man,
yes,
No Way Home.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I hadn't seen that, so I was like, "Oh fuck it, I don't want to." So
you can still.
So someone told me that if I got ExpressVPN and did it in Canada, Netflix in Canada, they would have Spider-Man.
Did it work?
No, it doesn't. They don't.
Did you try it in other countries?
Does it have the old ones?
I've tried it in every fucking country there is.
It has the old Spider-Man.
It has the other Spider-Man.
Yeah, it doesn't have the new one.
Doesn't have the new one.
Yeah.
So, which is fine. That's whatever. I mean, it's not too bad, you know.
I'm the one who told you that, and it was true at the time because that movie hadn't come out yet.
But the ExpressVPN, I will say, I do like it.
I'm gonna get one, and I think I'm gonna cut down on some of my streaming services because I just
got rid of YouTube TV.
I have it, but you're just gonna have. I feel like I'm just gonna have to start it back up when football season comes around, though, because I need it for like Sunday ticket and stuff.
Maybe you'll be able to find a loophole.
Yeah.
But okay, so I rented the No Way Home.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm watching it now, and I was watching it before we logged on, and I'm at the part where I mean, spoiler for anyone fucking listening. But I'm at the part where Aunt May dies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That I did. I will say there was a lot of things in that like movie where I was like, oh, and it was like, but that was the one thing that like I really did not see that coming. I did think she would make it through that movie because Uncle Ben was already there, or there was.
Well, she says the same thing. Yeah. She says the same, like as soon as she said it, she says, with great power comes great responsibility. It's the same thing fucking Ben said to Toby, right?
Yeah. I know. I should have seen it coming in the movie, but Marissa Tomei, I thought she would still be like,
oh god,
she's fine
wine, baby.
Whoever's her husband, lucky dude. You know what I mean? She's that age, still looks like that. Very, very lucky.
You know who's another one like that? Do you know Gina Gershon?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, another lucky dude. You're right.
So either way, yeah, got a little crazy.
Yo, and Daniel Cox, Matthew Murdock was in that movie.
Oh yeah.
When he catches the
break. Yeah.
That was the part when he sat down and like had the red glasses. I was like, fuck yes.
Yeah.
I was like,
I love that. The crossover from I was like, I loved it. They didn't change the actor. I
Yeah.
fucking loved it. So nice.
Because I don't know who else could have played Daredevil.
After
They didn't change Kingpin.
No, well, that exactly. They didn't change Kingpin, but also that means too that they can't change. Well, they didn't change him in the show, because they did the spin-off show for Hawkeye. Kingpin was in it, right?
And the same actor. As
Vincent
in the
D'Onofrio.
Daredevil.
Which I don't know who else could
Kingpin.
play Kingpin though, besides him.
But that means then that John Bernthal is going to have to be Punisher when he shows up.
Dude,
doesn't mean he has to, but they're
fucking
gonna
better.
do it.
He fucking better.
That show could
They're
have been
gonna
so
do
much
it.
better, but I think
so they're
good.
gonna
What show could be better?
Punisher. It was so drawn out.
You're a whore. You are a fucking
if
whore.
They made it half as many episodes, I would have loved it.
You are a fucking whore.
It's
You
drug
know that?
out with that girl and the whole. It's just like I get it. Come on.
Are you talking about season 2 with the Pilgrim and whatnot? And
I like that guy, the Italian priest dude, the villain in the second season.
The Pilgrim, his name is. Yeah,
That was his name, Pilgrim.
Yeah, that's what his name is in the comics. Is the Pilgrim?
Yeah, he's not a pilgrim in the. I think he's an
I love-
Italian.
Dude, that
yeah.
scene
Dude.
when he's in, like, when he's pretty much like becomes that like angry Punisher before he's. You ever see when they have me? He's in like I can't remember. He's overseas. He's in the desert, and they're like storming that place with the dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, that scene is so good.
Dude, when he makes Jigsaw become Jigsaw with the mirror.
Yeah.
Oh. Dude, the whole even when he showed up on Daredevil, his shit was so good.
Dude, in Daredevil, he was awesome. I love in season 1 when he like how he sprayed the skull on. He's like, what the fuck is that gonna do? You're not gonna blend in. He's like, I want them to see me when I'm standing in front of them. I want them to see me and know who's fucking killing them.
Dude, John,
he's so badass.
Oh, John Bernthal fucking kills it too. He's so good. But okay, so that's all I'm at with Spider-Man. We'll talk more about that when I'm done. Have
good.
we all watched Obi-Wan?
I don't think J-Dub has.
Just not the newest episode. Not the one that came out today.
I have.
Yeah, I mean, you can spoil that on your shit.
Dude, you chose smoking.
No, you can't. You don't want to.
So I will say this, and I think everyone should agree with me that Obi-Wan is the best Jedi of all time.
Oh yeah.
There's no question.
Yeah.
There's no question. No.
Luke is up there.
Luke didn't even have half the adversaries that Obi-Wan has, right? Like, let's not get it twisted. Luke dude, it's like saying that, I mean, like,
so it's hard because Legends doesn't count and we don't know what they're going to do.
I wanted to ask
canon, he's
also
Obi-Wan is the best anyway. I'm not
he's the
disagreeing
best.
with you.
He's the best. I want to ask this though too. Ice Cube's son, is he gonna turn into Saul Guerrero?
No, I don't think so. Saul Guerrero already existed at that point.
Yeah.
Remember, he was in and he was pretty old in Rogue One.
Yeah.
Remember
This would have been what, 10 years before Rogue One?
Yeah, but it's
they're
not him
8.
because Saul Guerrero was in some episodes of the Clone Wars and everything, and
he was a young Saul Guerrero.
Yeah, it was like known who he was and everything. So
No,
Obi-Wan would have known who he was. If
all right. Well, then I wonder what because they're gonna do something with that guy. Like he's coming back for sure. Ice Cube's son.
Yeah, he's probably gonna be another like rebel leader because they've got a bunch of shows coming up. They have that.
Dude,
they have
Andor. I
series.
cannot wait for Andor.
Yeah, Andor, the Ahsoka series is coming. The one I'm excited for is they're gonna do the Acolyte eventually, and it's about a Sith Lord and their apprentice during the High Republic era. So they're gonna go back in time a little bit to like when Jedi and Sith.
So it's like the creation of Darth Maul, like that kind. Like
it'll be before that even. It'll be like the Sith Lords before that. Yeah. So it'll be different Jedi, different Sith.
That's cool.
I'm pretty excited to see what they want to do with that.
Also, like I do love in Obi-Wan that they revisited Anakin in the Jedi Temple. Like I loved what they did.
Yeah, when they did that little like when they were sparring and stuff. Yeah.
Loved it. Well, no.
And they tied it in with the episode and everything. And that was good. That was very good.
Yeah. No, they nailed it. Dude, this show's been, besides the whole bullshit of people complaining about the Leia Chase bullshit, other than that, this thing has been nothing but home run.
Since then, since episode 2, there's been not really much.
No, dude, even like the cameos, like
Dude, what, are the kids supposed to be badass? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Also, like Kamel Nanjiani does a great job. Ice Cube's son does a great job. You know, Senator, you know, or Orgon.
Jimmy
whatever.
Smits. That's Jimmy Smits, right?
Yeah.
Is playing that one
I
set.
want a they should, instead of doing a season 2, do like a Vader show.
Yeah, that would
like,
be awesome.
Because he goes from being reanimated to the most feared man in the galaxy in that 10-year span.
I would
He
absolutely
like wipes out a
love to
planet
see
of
them do
Wookiees.
that. Yeah, follow the Inquisitors and shit. Like, because there are still all
Well,
the
like,
Grand Inquisitor, the other Inquisitors are
Grand
still
Inquisitors back, like
Vader,
you said.
Yeah, Vader in the I don't know if it's like canon or whatever, but like Vader in the comic book single-handedly wiped out a planet of Wookiees. Like,
yeah, they got rid of all that stuff and called it Legends, but they also Admiral Thrawn was a Legends character. They brought him back.
Yeah, he was in Rebels, wasn't he?
Darth Bane was a Legends character, and when Yoda went to the Sith temple, like they brought Darth Bane up. So they can, like, these characters, they're not canon, but it seems like they're gonna pick and choose like which ones to bring back. And that's why I'm excited for them to go back to the acolytes and shit. Maybe we'll see like Revan or Darth Bane or like one of those older guys.
Yeah. I mean, whoever, dude. I mean, they're all fucking awesome.
Yeah, I just want to see some more laser sword fights. Like, let's be honest,
dude,
let's see more crazy looking.
What, dude? Also, like? Let's get Jyn Erso involved, huh? What the fuck's he like? You know, he's stuck in the lab this whole time. He's got to try a couple more. Jyn Erso, you know, Jalen Erso, whatever, the dude from Rogue One, the dude that gave him the plans to the Death Star.
So,
like, or even the dudes that they meet up with. Right, like remember the blind motherfucker and the other guy with the big gun?
Yeah, I would love to hear a story about that.
I love fucking that shit.
Yeah,
you know,
right. Go back and listen to those guys' stories.
Yeah.
You're right. That would be interesting too. Jyn Erso just getting those plans off the ship and everything.
Also, I would love to do like Mandalore Jedi like series.
Oh man, if they went all the way back to when like
the Mandalorian versus the Jedi,
nah, that's like that might be asking too much though. That would be
why the fuck not?
That would be too awesome. They can't just like give you.
They've done more than like. They've answered every prayer that we've had.
Like House of Dragons, but with Mandalorian.
Yeah, I wish they would tell the story of the one Mandalorian that was a Jedi, like how that dark blade came to the dark saber. Give me that fucking story, dude. That's what I want to watch.
Fuck yeah. Dude, it could be exactly like Game of Thrones because they've already done the Mandalorian. You know what I'm saying? So it could be like the Mandalorian's done, and then they go back to the origin of it. And I
would love. I mean,
dude, whoever
these are endless. I hope they keep going.
I would love to just be a fly on the wall in a creative meeting with Dave Filoni and whoever the fuck else.
I don't know if I would be able to take it though, because there'd be too many things that would come up and then never come to be, and I'd be like, oh man.
I would just love to be like, and then this motherfucker does this. And then this motherfucker shows, even like
my heart would get broken too many times. I feel like
even the death scene last week with in episode 5, not even the season of what was her name, Tala or whatever, Talia.
Oh yeah,
the hot fucking bitch from Rome.
Yeah,
she's a smoke. But dude, she like even like the force, like what may the force be with you, was like so good, fucking good, right? And they work in like there's enough serious to combat the kid stuff, but it was so good. Love too, dude. I love that they did a sand people, right? Like they gave us like a little
on Boba Fett when they were
the dances with wolves with the sand people. I thought that was so good.
That's how, dude. That episode in season 2 of Mandalorian when Boba Fett and Fennec. I always forget her name.
I know you're talking about.
Whatever her name is.
Yeah.
But when they come down and like help him fight the storm, that episode was fucking awesome.
So good.
Before Boba Fett had his armor and he had that thing, he was fucking those guys up. And then he gets the armor and like uses the rocket to shoot one of the ships. That was a great episode. Robert Rodriguez directed that episode and it was fucking awesome.
Also, who's the motherfucker, the blue dude with the hat that killed Timothy Oliphant?
Cad Bane.
Cad Bane. Let's get a fucking Cad Bane fucking
dude,
series.
that would
he fucking trains. He trains young Boba.
Yeah,
young
people
Boba.
would go ape shit for a Cad Bane.
Oh, Cad fucking Bane.
I would go ape shit.
Or you could get the pirate motherfucker from
Hondo is his name.
Yeah.
Right?
Pirate motherfucker. And plus, dude,
I'll watch some space pirates, dude.
They're gonna have to get a Rebels gimmick in. Rebels is too popular.
Well,
Rebels,
that's where I think they're going with the Ahsoka Tano and Thrawn. She's chasing Thrawn because I think she wants to find Ezra Bridger and Cal Kestis. They went out of the way to say that dude from the game is canon. So I don't know why they would go out of the way to let everybody know.
They're gonna do a show.
Yeah,
that's
they have
canon.
to be doing something.
What do you mean?
The
redhead.
Yeah, the kid that's from small. So he plays that Jedi in the video games.
Okay.
So they're saying he's canon, like he's in that universe with them. So he's a Jedi.
Saying someone's canon means that he's part of the gimmick.
Yes, means he's in the Star Wars universe.
Part of the lore.
Yeah, he's
because like at one point in time,
alive and well.
Metaglorean count was like part of canon, where like you could test how Jedi somebody was by like their blood count, and then at some point they were like, no, we're not doing that anymore, and it's no longer canon. If that makes sense.
kind of said it. They kind of said it when they were checking young Yoda's blood, and they were like, they called it an M count, but they don't. They try to shy away from it because everyone.
Whatever. So then
That's the good thing with the internet and everything. Like, so that those stupid chases that we saw with like the kids, you're probably not going to see that again because they saw everybody up in arms about the Leia chase and like, you know what I mean? So you're not going to see that again. They heard everybody bitch
stupid
about it.
Like, biker gang and Boba.
Yeah, they're like, okay, that didn't work. Oh yeah, the cyborg biker gang.
I didn't hate it. But
these are fucking Vespa scooters.
I hated that they fucking killed the sand people. Like I thought the sand people are supposed to be bad fucking ass. They're like the Native American, they're like dances with wolves. Yeah. They're like the fucking baddest fucker, roaming the plains. But apparently not. And we never get to see their faces. I would love to see a sand person's face. Or are they just made of sand?
I don't know if you want to. That might be the point. You might not want to see their face.
The one looked like a dime underneath all those robes. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, fellas. It's been too fucking late. Another good show tonight. Great talking. Good shit. And then, just if you think about what I said for the housekeeping stuff, and then we'll be good to go. All right.
Got it, bro.
All right, guys. Good shit. Yep. See you later.